Welcome back to HTM On The Line, where we don't just talk about healthcare technology management, we challenge, inspire, and push each other to grow. I'm your host, Bryant Hawkins Sr. This episode is for the ones who know they're made for more but feel stuck in hesitation. Whether it's learning new technology, stepping into leadership, or just speaking up when it matters. We're breaking down how hesitation holds us back and how to crush it for good. You've heard it before. You don't have to be perfect, but you've got to be committed. This field doesn't wait for anyone. And it's time for us to stop waiting for permission to step into our greatness. If you're ready to stop hesitating and start leading, whether in your career, your team, or the entire HTM industry, this episode is for you. So grab your notebook, open your mind, and get ready to take action. I promise the next 18 minutes will transform the way you see the HTM industry. This is HTM On The Line, and today we're breaking free from hesitation. Forward, always forward. Let's go. Many of us can relate to the challenge of hesitating to adopt new technology. Picture a biomedical technician who has spent years working with legacy systems, perhaps even outdated end-of-life equipment. They feel confident with the tools they know, but are reluctant to explore cutting-edge advancements like AI-driven diagnostic tools or surgical robots. This hesitation might stem from a fear of failure or the perception that they lack the time to develop new skills. Meanwhile, their team and hospital move forward, integrating innovative devices that demand specialized expertise. Listen, comfort is the enemy of progress. You can't stay in your comfort zone and expect to grow. As HTM professionals, we're not just technicians, we're innovators, problem solvers, and critical thinkers. Don't wait for the world to move forward without you. When new technology is introduced, don't resist it. Run toward it. Stop saying, "I don't have time," or "what if I fail?" The real failure is staying still while the industry moves forward. Take control. Attend that workshop. Sign up for the Wednesday webinars, or even spend 15 minutes a day reading the user manual of the latest equipment. If you can, shadow a colleague who's already working with robotics or AI. Don't let ego stop you from asking for help. Look, this isn't just about you. It's about the patients who rely on these machines to stay alive, the surgeons who trust the technology to perform, and the hospitals that depend on HTM professionals to keep the system running. You are the gatekeeper of innovation. And if you stay stuck, you're holding the whole system back. You don't have to be perfect, just be committed. So commit to showing up, commit to progress. The discomfort of learning something new today will become the confidence of mastery tomorrow. And when you master the new technology, Not only will you elevate your career, but you'll set an example for your team, proving that the HTM professionals don't just keep up, we lead. Forward, always forward. Here is another tough one. Avoiding difficult conversations. We have a team lead. He or she avoids addressing gaps in their team's workflow. Perhaps equipment inspections are falling behind, or repair times are too long. They hesitate to address these issues with team members out of fear of conflict or upsetting relationships, allowing inefficiencies to continue. You can't fix what you're afraid to face. Leadership isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about stepping into it with courage and empathy. If you see inefficiencies, don't just hope they'll resolve themselves. Approach your team with honesty and humility. Stop playing small because you're scared of how people will react. Start with the facts, not the feelings. Say, I've noticed our PM completion rate has dropped, and I want to understand what's causing the delay. Let's brainstorm together to find a solution that works for all of us. This isn't about pointing fingers. It's about collaboration and problem solving. Remember, your team is looking to you for direction. When you avoid tough conversations, you're not protecting relationships. You're letting inefficiencies rob your team of its full potential. Real leadership requires you to step up, set clear expectations, and inspire your team to rise to the challenge. You don't just lead by title, you lead by example. Forward, always forward. We're all familiar with events like MD Expo, AMI Exchange, FBS Symposium, or CMIA Connect, prominent conferences in the HTM industry. Now, imagine an HTM professional attending one of these events, but keeping to the sidelines, hesitant to engage with peers, vendors, or industry leaders. They might feel self-conscious or worried they have nothing important to contribute. Consequently, they miss valuable opportunities to network, grow meaningful connections, and unlock potential avenues for new jobs, partnerships, or career advancement. Stop playing the wallflower if this is you. The room you're avoiding is the room that holds your next opportunity. Networking isn't about being perfect or impressive. It's about showing up and being present. Start small. Introduce yourself to one person. Ask them about their role or their journey in the HTM industry. These conversations build connections, and connections build opportunities. You don't have to know everything to contribute. You just have to be curious and genuine. The HTM industry thrives on relationships. The people you meet today could become your future mentors, collaborators, or partners. Don't let fear hold you back from what could be your next big breakthrough. Forward, always forward. An HTM manager sees that their team's contributions are overlooked within their hospital, with other departments receiving more recognition. They hesitate to speak up, fearing they'll come across as complaining or self-serving. This leads to HTM professionals remaining in the background, even as their work is critical to hospitals' operations. Advocacy isn't about ego, it's about impact. If you don't speak up for your team, who will? HTM professionals are the backbone of healthcare technology, and it's time the world knows it. Start by sharing the measurable value your team brings. Highlight metrics like reduced equipment downtime, cost savings from in-house repairs, or quick response times during critical situations. Share success stories with hospital leadership and tie them to patient outcomes. Advocate for initiatives like Biomed Awareness Month or HTM Week, or propose ways to educate other departments about the importance of HTM. Don't stay silent while others take the spotlight. Stand up and claim your team's role in the healthcare ecosystem. When you advocate for HTM, you're not just boosting your team, you're elevating the entire profession. Don't wait for recognition to come to you. Make it happen. Forward. Always forward. What I'm about to speak on now really hits home for me. And I know some of you listening know what I'm talking about. Picture an HTM professional with valuable insights to share, yet they turn down invitations to speak at conferences or events. They fear public speaking, worry about saying the wrong thing, or feel they aren't qualified enough to present. As a result, their ideas and expertise remain unheard, and the industry misses out on their contributions. Listen, your voice matters. You weren't given knowledge and experience to keep it to yourself. You put in the hours, solved the problems, and gained insights that could change the game for someone else. Yet, you hesitate because you're afraid of stumbling over words or not being good enough. Let me tell you something. No one needs perfect, they need real. Start small. Share your ideas in team meetings or workshops. Practice presenting to your colleagues or even in front of a mirror. I do that all the time. If the idea of standing on stage still feels overwhelming, join a panel discussion where you can ease into public speaking by answering questions alongside others. Partner with a mentor or colleague to co-present at an event. It's a great way to gain confidence while sharing the spotlight. But here's the thing. Public speaking isn't about you. It's about the audience. Someone in that room needs to hear what you have to say. Maybe it's a new technician who's struggling to find their place in the field. Maybe it's a hospital administrator who finally understands the value HTM brings after hearing your perspective. Maybe it's another professional who's inspired to take action because of your story. Your words could spark change, solve a problem, or motivate someone to step up in their own career. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. Prepare, rehearse, and then take the stage. Own the mic. Speak from your heart. Don't aim to impress, aim to connect. When you focus on serving others, the fear starts to fade, and what remains is the purpose behind your message. Every time you stand up and speak, you're not just sharing your knowledge, you're elevating the entire HTM profession. You're showing the world that HTM professionals are leaders, innovators, and vital contributors to healthcare. So don't let fear rob the industry of your brilliance. Take that invitation, stand tall, share your story. And here's the best part. There are so many places to start. Consider speaking at a local Biomed Association meeting to connect with professionals in your community. On a national level, events like MD Expo or the AMI Exchange provide incredible platforms to share your expertise and network with industry leaders. If you prefer a virtual setting, there are countless webinars hosted by HTM organizations, vendors, and schools. Don't forget your local schools. Whether it's a high school career day or a college engineering program, inspiring the next generation, it's one of the most impactful ways to share your knowledge. The opportunities are endless. The time to step up is now. Forward. Always forward. In the HTM industry, hesitation isn't just a personal setback, it's a missed opportunity for impact. Whether it's learning new technology, addressing workflow gaps, stepping into leadership, engaging with peers, or advocating for your profession, every moment of hesitation is a moment we lose in pushing the field forward. But here's the good news. Every single one of us has the power to change that. Think about the technician afraid to tackle emerging technologies. What if they chose courage over comfort and became the expert their team relied on for the next breakthrough device? Imagine a team lead who finally addresses inefficiencies with empathy and transforms their group into a high-performing unit. Picture the seasoned professional who takes the leap into leadership, shaping not just their team, but the future of HTM itself. Networking and advocacy are no different. The quiet professional who chooses to introduce themselves at a conference could grow partnerships that spark innovation. The manager who champions their team's contributions to hospital leadership ensures that HTM is seen, valued, and celebrated as the critical backbone of healthcare technology. You don't have to be perfect, just be committed. It's not about waiting for the stars to align. It's about taking action now. Stepping out of your comfort zone, have the difficult conversations, apply for the roles you're meant for, make the connections that matter, and speak up for the value you bring. Every step you take forward isn't just for you, it's for your team, your patients, and the HTM industry as a whole. The time for hesitation is over. You have the knowledge, the passion, the purpose to make an impact. Your legacy begins with the choices you make today. So choose progress. Choose courage. Choose to move forward. Forward. Always forward.